That's right. Su Jingxing had watched carefully from the sky. The giant flaming dragon was indeed accelerating. Following the coastline burned by the flames earlier, it kept accelerating. When the giant flaming dragon was so fast that only a shadow could be seen. Boom! A loud bang tore through the air. The void was really forcefully torn apart. The giant flaming dragon dragged its long shadow into the broken void and disappeared. The location where it disappeared was very ingenious. It was located at the junction between the two mountains towards the east side. These two mountains towered into the clouds, exceeding 10,000 meters. One was on the east side of the Copper Lake, and the other was on the west side. Between the east and west was the huge Copper Lake. The straight line between them split the lake into two complete and equal halves. The place where the giant flaming dragon disappeared was by the shore near the mountain on the east side. Splash! With a loud drop, a large amount of lake water was lifted and splashed into the air. A WIRM that was 1,000 meters long, completely red, with scales covering most of its body and sharp horns on its head leaped out of the center of the lake and soared into the sky. Boundless devilish energy erupted and spread out in all directions. You're finally willing to come out. High up in the air, Su Jingxing glanced at the red WIRM and chuckled. The scorching aura that he had discovered earlier, which had also locked onto the flame dragon, was this fellow. He did not expect it to be a red WIRM. Judging from the devilish energy, it was already in the fourth realm. A fourth realm red WIRM spying on the red dragon cave abode? Su Jingxing's eyes flickered. He did not descend immediately. He still stood in the sky and watched as the red WIRM shuttled along the shore of the lake. When it passed through the spot where the giant flaming dragon disappeared, the red WIRM continued flying along the shore. It failed. Su Jingxing frowned. The huge red WIRM also stopped in its tracks. It twisted its body and circled back. It circled around the spot where the flaming dragon had disappeared and looked around, sensing something abnormal. Clearly, this fellow had also discovered the problem. It was also aware that there were other factors interfering with the location where the giant flaming dragon disappeared. When the giant flaming dragon disappeared at the end, it had crawled into the void. This meant that the red dragon cave abode was also in the void. The location of the entrance had been found, but how to enter it required technique. What was this technique? Su Jingxing looked down and remained motionless, his mind spinning. On the surface of the lake, the red WIRM was continuously circling around the spot where the flaming dragon had disappeared. Suddenly, the red WIRM left the entrance of the red dragon cave abode and continued to dash along the shore of the lake. Moreover, it began to go faster and faster. Starting from the east side of the Copper Lake, it accelerated, and accelerated. It looked exactly the same as the giant flaming dragon as it flew around the shore of the Copper Lake at high speed. Finally, when it returned to the spot where the giant flaming dragon had disappeared, its speed had reached a certain figure. With this figure, the red WIRM, like the giant flaming dragon, plunged into the void and disappeared. It had succeeded. The red WIRM successfully entered the red dragon cave abode. So the technique to enter the red dragon cave abode is to hit a certain speed requirement. Su Jingxing smiled. Speaking of which, he had helped the red WIRM find the entrance to the red dragon cave abode. And the red WIRM had helped him find a way to enter the red dragon cave abode. In that case, no one owed anyone anything. Su Jingxing's previous grievance and gloom instantly dissipated. With the red WIRM taking the lead, it saved him a lot of trouble. If there were any taboos or mechanisms behind the entrance of the red dragon cave abode, the red WIRM could help him take care of them first. TSK. Grinning, Su Jingxing restrained his aura and descended from the sky. When he arrived at the lake, he began to speed up along the shore like the red WIRM. Swish. 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 Swoosh. 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 Halfway through, Su Jingxing stopped. No, this speed is not fast enough. Recalling the speed of the giant flaming dragon in the red WIRM, Su Jingxing quickly concluded that his speed was too slow. Su Jingxing could not meet the requirements by consuming his own spiritual essence and constantly accelerating. Fortunately, he had the Thunderbolt sword. Su Jingxing took out this special spirit weapon and controlled it. Boom! He immediately sped up and flew at the speed of sound along the shoreline. Then, he kept accelerating, accelerating, and accelerating. Twice the speed of sound, thrice the speed of sound, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. Accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. The physical body of a spiritual martial artist in the 5th class of the Essence Opening Realm could easily withstand the pressure of the acceleration. When he circled halfway around the lake and arrived at the location where the giant flaming dragon had disappeared, a vortex suddenly appeared in front of Su Jingxing. A vortex in the air. Without any hesitation, he plunged into the vortex. Swoosh! The Thunderbolt sword led Su Jingxing into a fiery red world. Swoosh! He stopped driving it and charged forward with the inertia for a while. Su Jingxing put away the Thunderbolt sword and stood in midair, looking down at the ground and around him. This was a huge space similar to the little demon world. There were stars above his head, and 3 suns. Outside, there were also 3 suns. What did this mean? This meant that the sun, moon, and stars in this space followed the rules of the outside world. It was not a small world, but a branch space built based on the 7 luminaries planet. It was the residence and cave abode of the former Red Dragon. The entire space was fiery red. It was not flames, but carried extreme resemblance to flames. There were mountains on the ground, lakes, grasslands, and deserts in the distance. Everything, including leaves, rocks, and sand, was red. A scorching aura surrounded Su Jingxing from all directions and kept burning. A conservation estimate of the temperature exceeded 100 degrees Celsius. Crack an egg on the rock and it would be immediately cooked. Ordinary people who entered such a place would quickly be burned to death. Su Jingxing raised his spiritual essence barrier and moved slowly while searching for anything suspicious. At the same time, he was wary of the red WIRM that had entered earlier. This 4th realm great devil had the same goal as Su Jingxing, obtain the treasure left behind by the red dragon that was suspected to be able to allow the devils to condense the body of a heaven devil. Su Jingxing didn't know what this treasure was. Perhaps the red WIRM did? If that was the case, wouldn't he be able to find out what the treasure was once he found the red WIRM? Su Jingxing pondered as he descended from the sky and landed a few meters above the ground. He slowly moved along the periphery of a forest. Suddenly, his eyes lit up. He saw a patch of grass that was especially dazzling. The fiery red grass that resembled fresh blood swayed. Dragon blood grass. A treasure herb. Whether it was from a true dragon or a mutated beast with dragon bloodline, the dragon blood grass was a treasure herb. Of course, if it came from a true dragon, the effect would be the best. This space was the red dragon cave abode. The red dragon was a true dragon species, so these dragon blood grass were the most effective. With this in mind, Su Jingxing flew over and unceremoniously harvested all the dragon blood grass and placed them into the bone bracelet space. When he was done, he looked around and continued to search for treasure medicine. The place where the dragon blood grass fell was definitely not ordinary. Soon, Su Jingxing found another bright red flower bud. Just by smelling it, he could tell that it was extraordinary. He decisively harvested it and placed it into the bone bracelet space. In the nearby forest, there were large patches of fiery red trees. These trees were also valuable as they grew in high temperatures. But to Su Jingxing, they weren't attractive. He had no lack of money. What he lacked were special treasures, useful treasure herbs. For example, a small patch of dragon saliva fruits growing on rocks. After the red dragon's drool fell, the strange fruit produced would be considered a treasure herb. Su Jingxing finally realized. Even if he couldn't find the treasure that allowed the devils to condense the body of a heaven demon, he could still make a killing this time. Dragon blood grass, dragon bone flower, dragon saliva fruit. They were all F***king treasure herbs. As he advanced forward, he released his perception to search for treasure herbs. Before long, Su Jingxing found a fallen dragon scale. A scale from the red dragon. It was as big as the windscreen of a car. It was a thick piece that contained a dense aura, scorching, powerful, with a faint trace of dragon might. If such a dragon scale was refined into an armor using a special method, its defense certainly won't be weaker than the Thunder Dragon Bone armor. The Thunder Dragon Bone armor was extracted from the corpses of void beasts. Although its defense was also powerful, it was far inferior to a true dragon species. The defense of a true dragon was almost invincible. Su Jingxing had made a killing on this trip with just such a scale from the red dragon. Swoosh! Just as he was feeling overjoyed, a ray of light lit up the distant horizon. A blinding red light beam shot straight into the sky. Under the light, a huge shadow flew towards Su Jingxing at high speed. Red WIRM. Su Jingxing narrowed his eyes and moved quickly into hiding. Boom! The air exploded and astral winds rolled. The red WIRM's huge body streaked across the sky and smashed into the ground, creating a huge pit. Rubble was thrown into the air and dust flew everywhere. A crimson glow enveloped the pit, obscuring the interior. However, Su Jingxing could sense that a mass of vitality was rapidly weakening. The heartbeat was also rapidly slowing down. Thump. 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 Thump thump. 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 As the heart stopped beating, the vitality completely dissipated. Card +1. Dead? The red WIRM is dead. The fourth realm red WIRM actually died just like that. Su Jingxing was stunned and confused. While he was harvesting all kinds of treasure herbs, the red WIRM that came to the Red Dragon Cave abode first had died. Killed by a ray of light. In his surprise, Su Jingxing walked out of his hiding place and approached the huge pit where the red light had dissipated. He wanted to see what the red WIRM's corpse had become. But at that moment... Swish! 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 A rapid sound of air breaking suddenly sounded. More than 10 tall and muscular figures flew over from afar at lightning speed. A bloodthirsty, violent, and ferocious aura swept through the sky and ground. The cold aura locked onto Su Jingxing. Tsk tisk, there's another one here. Among the dozen tall figures, the one at the front sent a mental voice transmission which rang loudly by Su Jingxing's ears. Su Jingxing raised his eyebrows and sensed the fluctuations of the individual's devilish energy. First realm? No, not first realm, but not as low as second realm either. In between the first and second realms. In addition, these tall figures were not human. Even though their bodies were upright like humans, their heads were incomplete dragon heads. That's right, dragon heads. Horse faces, long beards, antlers, however, none of them were complete. They either lacked dragon horns or their semi-human faces were especially hideous. Their claws were sharp like blades, and their bodies were covered in scales. Devilish energy seemed to have materialized and wrapped around them. Every one of the dozen individuals was more than 3 meters tall. Standing in midair, they were like a small mountain that suppressed the void. Dragon men? No, half-dragon men. Incomplete dragon men would be half-dragon men. Su Jingxing was shocked inwardly, but his expression remained unchanged. Half-dragonins who weren't even in the second realm posed almost no threat. Human. As Su Jingxing sized them up, one of the dozen or so half-dragonmen looked at Su Jingxing and sent a mental message. A human dares to come in here. Who cares what he is? Quickly kill him to retrieve the sacred item. The leader of the half-dragonmen shouted. All right. A half-dragonman with missing dragon horns grinned sinisterly. I heard that human flesh is very good. We have to have a good taste later. You want to eat me? Are you sure? Su Jingxing also sent a voice transmission. Of course. The half-dragonman without the dragon horns grinned and said, Don't worry, I'll slowly eat you clean. Not a single bone or dreg will be left behind. Ah ooh. A loud roar suddenly came from the mouth of the leader. Accompanied by a roar, the tall body of the half-dragonman instantly disappeared from its original spot. Stepping into the air, it rushed toward Su Jingxing at lightning speed. Bang! Bang! Muffled footsteps sounded one after another. The immense strength of the half-dragonman directly crushed the air. Every step it took was sure to produce a heavy sound. At the same time, a terrifying pressure descended from the sky like furious thunder from the 9 heavens. It blew up the world. Seeing that the half-dragonman was about to reach him, Su Jingxing raised his hand. Boom! A dazzling light flashed from Su Jingxing's hand and shot out to block in front of him. The fist force of the 100 steps raining fist erupted, and the half-dragonman's attack was immediately broken. Human fellow, you're quite capable. Unfortunately, that's all you can do. You'd better stand there obediently and let us eat you. The half-dragonman with missing dragon's horn roared, its scarlet eyes flickering with a bloodthirsty glint. Buzz! The air suddenly shook, and a bright blood glow suddenly appeared in the air. Swoosh! 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 Sharp claws flashed with a cold light, slicing through the air with strange sounds. The half-dragonman with missing dragon horns attacked Su Jingxing from the right. The leader also swung its claws and attacked Su Jingxing from the left. As they shuttled through the air, clusters of strange and exuberant energy auras were born. They surged through the void and trembled non-stop. 2B** stars wish to eat me. Su Jingxing growled and circulated his spiritual essence. What did you say? Human fellow, you're courting death. When the leader heard the word B** starred, the anger in his eyes suddenly intensified. It snarled angrily and its sharp claws turned into 2 afterimages as it pounced at Su Jingxing. Swoosh! 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 A shrill sound of air breaking sounded. Countless claw shadows drowned Su Jingxing from both sides. PLKCH. 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 Energy shot out. A roar that sounded like a howling wind was heard in the air. As the fierce claw imprint charged toward Su Jingxing. The swift and fierce speed caused a sharp tunnel that resembled a meat grinder to form between the countless claw imprints. It was about to reach him. All of a sudden. Swish! Light bloomed. Su Jingxing took out the wandering dragon saber and slashed at the leader of the half-dragonmen who was charging towards him. Pooh! The air was split into 2. Wherever the saber energy passed, a terrifying energy aura suddenly erupted. With Su Jingxing's body as the center, it surged outwards in all directions like flowing water. Buzz! Buzz! The air shook slightly, and a dazzling light suddenly shone brightly. Swoosh! Light flashed and tore through the void. With the wandering dragon saber in hand, Su Jingxing's figure flashed as he slashed at the half-dragonman with missing dragon horns again. Boom! Boom! With 2 deafening bangs, the 2 half-dragonmen were sent flying backward. However, the leader quickly stabilized himself and pounced at Su Jingxing again. Swish! 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 Energy raged, and claw shadows were endless. Su Jingxing did not dodge. Instead, He moved forward while circulating his spiritual essence quickly and injected it into the wandering dragon saber. Then, swoosh! A dazzling saber beam bloomed again. Accompanied by the infusion of a large amount of spiritual essence, the glow shot out by the wandering dragon saber became even more brilliant, illuminating the forest. Once contact was made, all the claw shadows and claw winds were destroyed. The aftershocks from the collision sent the leader of the half-dragonman flying backward uncontrollably. With a bang, he crashed heavily to the ground. Roar! The half-dragonman with missing dragon horns roared and charged at Su Jingxing again. This time, its speed was especially fast. Su Jingxing still did not dodge. He only raised his hand and slapped down hard at the half-dragonman who was rushing towards him. Thump! Light suddenly appeared and illuminated the world. Buzz! The entire void trembled violently. The might of the firmament nirvana palm, which only had 100 years of cultivation, directly penetrated through the air and broke out. With a suppressed strange sound, the space where the giant palm landed was instantly split into two like tofu, revealing a black crack that connected heaven and earth. The terrifying giant palm imprint was like a bolt of lightning that traveled in the sky, breaking through the layers of space. Everywhere it passed, the air was shattered and collapsed. With irresistible force, it charged straight for the half-dragonman with missing dragon horns. The half-dragonman was terrified. It sensed a terrifying danger, but it could no longer retreat or dodge. A half-dragonman who wasn't even in the second realm. Su Jingxing had originally wanted to kill it with the 100 steps raining fist. Directly executing the firmament nirvana palm would be putting fine timbre to petty use, but he didn't expect to fail. He then tried to kill it with a divine weapon, but to no avail. Then he couldn't be blamed. He circulated the firmament nirvana palm and quickly slapped down. Bang! With an explosion, the half-dragonman without dragon horns shattered into several pieces that scattered all over the ground. Card +1. Roar! Kill him! In their shock, the remaining half-dragonmen were no longer idle and rushed towards Su Jingxing. The leader even roared at the sky. Light bloomed from its body, releasing a sheet of blood-colored glow. In the blink of an eye, a ferocious and tyrannical aura appeared on its body. Accompanied by this aura, a complete and hideous phantom of a dragon's head appeared above its head. It had an open mouth, cold eyes, and a dignified face. It was extremely domineering and frightening. Swoosh! The leader turned around and slashed ferociously at Su Jingxing with its sharp claws. As soon as the attack was released, killing intent surged into the sky, and a savage aura continuously spread out from its body. Roar! Roar! Horrifying cries were released continuously and resounded through the world. Swish! 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 Su Jingxing swung his saber, sending the other half-dragonmen flying back the way they rushed over. Then, he struck out at the leader again. This time, he mobilized 400 years of spiritual essence cultivation. Roar! Roar! The dragon-headed phantom released by the leader charged over at the right time. Although it was only a phantom, its might was extremely aggressive. It roared furiously like a real dragon, baring its fangs and brandishing its claws as it tore through the air. The terrifying power tore the entire air into pieces. In a flash, the giant palm imprint, the phantom of a dragon head, and the claw imprint collided fiercely. Boom! Boom! A deafening bang erupted. A loud tremor spread in all directions. At this moment, the entire space seemed to be shaking. The power erupted from the firmament nirvana palm collided with the dragon-headed phantom and the claw imprint, dispersing everything and destroying large areas of the forest and mountains. Everywhere it passed, everything was reduced to ruins. The half-dragonmen who were already flying backward could not help but speed up and retreat when they saw this. The aftermath of the exchange was too terrifying the moment it exploded. The leader of the half-dragonmen exploded under Su Jingxing's palm strike. In fact, in less than half a second, it was forcefully shattered by the terrifying destructive power contained in the giant palm imprint. This shocking scene left the other half-dragonmen dumbfounded. Su Jingxing's palm strike had not only killed the leader of the half-dragonmen, it also shook their minds. How is this possible? A half-dragonman without ears murmured. Kill him, kill him. Another half-dragonman with only one eye roared in shame and anger. Its voice brought the rest of the half-dragonmen to their senses. Then, they released their devilish energy and stared at Su Jingxing covetously. The eyes of the earless half-dragonman flashed. It thought of something and gritted his teeth as it shouted, "Everyone, attack together." Roar! All the half-dragonmen roared in unison. Then, they pounced savagely at Su Jingxing. Buzz! The dazzling giant palm imprint flashed again. Instead of retreating, Su Jingxing advanced and swung his hands at the dozen or so half-dragonmen. Bang! 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 Muffled explosions sounded one after another. The half-dragonmen exploded under the rapid attacks of the firmament Nirvana palm. Blood spurted out from their bodies in the air and splattered everywhere. Card +2. Card +5. The extraction notifications kept flashing past. Apart from the half-dragonmen without ears who managed to dodge in time and escape, the other half-dragonmen were all dead. This scene terrified the earless half-dragonman. Too powerful. Su Jingxing was too powerful. With a series of quick punches, he killed all its companions. Almost one with each punch. His straightforward methods stunned it. However, when it came to its senses, its scarlet eyes were filled with madness, and its gaze was filled with a ferocious blood glow. Ah! 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 The last half-dragonman roared repeatedly. Its thick arms were raised high, and its hands were comparable to divine weapons. It pointed at Su Jingxing and roared, "Human fellow! I must eat you! I must eat you! So much nonsense! If you want to fight, just fight. Why do you have so crap?" Su Jingxing sneered in disdain. Ah! The last half-dragonman became even more furious. Swoosh! Without saying any more, it swung its claws at Su Jingxing, producing sharp astral winds. Then, before Su Jingxing attacked again, it suddenly turned around and took off into the depths of the forest behind it. Escaped? What a good show! Knowing that it couldn't win, it turned around and fled. Unfortunately. Trying to escape. Seeing this, Su Jingxing sneered. Whoosh! His body swayed. With the divine weapon, the wandering dragon saber in hand, he gave chase. Swish! 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 Swoosh! 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 In the endless fiery red forest. Su Jingxing chased after the fleeing half-dragonman and constantly moved into the depths of the forest. The aura of the escaping half-dragonman never dissipated. As such, Su Jingxing easily gave chase. Just as he was about to catch up, a half-dragonman with a violent aura and dense devilish energy suddenly appeared in Su Jingxing's perception. Buzz! The air suddenly trembled. A burly figure descended from the sky and blocked Su Jingxing's path. Its huge body was more than 4 meters tall. Its terrifying aura was bloodthirsty and berserk. Strands of materialized devilish energy wrapped around his body, emitting a savage force field. Half-dragonman. A third-realm half-dragonman. Su Jingxing didn't know if it was a misconception, but he realized that this third-realm half-dragonman's tone was a little agitated. It seemed to be very happy to see him, no, to see a human. You are a human, there's no mistaking it. While Su Jingxing was finding it strange, the third-realm half-dragonman spoke again and reached out to grab the air behind it. Swish! A figure was quickly sent flying from behind. It was grabbed by the third realm half-dragonman and thrown to the ground. Su Jingxing's eyes flashed and he raised his eyebrows. The captured figure was the earless half-dragonman who had escaped earlier. What do you mean by this? Su Jingxing sent a mental voice transmission and spoke warily. This third realm half-dragonman gave him a sense of great threat, but it had no ill intentions. It was really strange. A gift for you. The third realm half-dragonman grinned and swung its claw. Swoosh! A cold glint flew out from its palm and pierced into the heart of the earless half-dragonman. Read more on nun0vel.org. Pooh! Card +1. The earless half-dragonman died on the spot. Before it died, it opened its eyes and looked at the third realm half-dragonman in disbelief. It did not seem to understand why the other party would kill it. As a half-dragonman, not only did it not offer help, it even killed it. Su Jingxing was also surprised and looked at the third realm half-dragonman in confusion. Unexpectedly, the third realm half-dragonman suddenly spoke. My name is Lu Linshan. Human language. The third realm half-dragonman actually spoke in human language. After arriving at the Seven Luminaries planet, Su Jingxing had heard Nian Linger share some basic knowledge about space. For example, the languages used by humans on the major life planets were basically the same. Even if there were differences, it would only be like the differences between dialects and Mandarin. And most life planets used the universal version. Earth Star was one of them, and it used the universal human language. At this moment, the third realm half-dragonman was also speaking the universal version, but it was a little unnatural, as if it had not spoken for a long time and was suddenly doing so, causing it to be lacking in fluency. Even so, Su Jingxing was filled with surprise. A half-dragonman actually spoke human language. And it was in this red dragon cave abode. These half-dragonmen were most likely all descendants of the red dragon. Right, the source of the half-dragonmen. Su Jingxing's heart skipped a beat as he thought of something. That's right, my mother is a human. Lu Linshan also began stiffly. My mother was the last human female captured by the red dragon. When the red dragon left this place, my mother was already pregnant. However, she gave birth to me and did not despise me. When I was young, she always taught me human knowledge. She only passed away after an accident. All these years, I've always wanted to talk to humans and meet other humans. Unfortunately, the passageway opens from the outside and cannot be opened from the inside. Moreover, each opening only lasts 9 hours. After that, the passageway will close again. Su Jingxing raised his eyebrows. Don't worry. About 2 hours have passed since you came in. There's still time. Seeing this, Lu Linshan smiled and spoke more and more smoothly. Since there is time, why don't you take the opportunity to leave? Su Jingxing asked calmly. I just want to meet a human and talk to him. Lu Linshan chuckled. This has nothing to do with whether I leave this place or not. On the contrary, I won't leave until I've taken my revenge. Revenge? Revenge for my mother who was killed, Lu Linshan said calmly. My mother died in the hands of the current son of the half-dragonman king. The other party is also in the third realm. If I don't kill it, how can I call myself her child? Su Jingxing kept quiet. The half-dragonman king. Su Jingxing could sense that the half-dragonmen were much stronger than the other devils of the same realm. This was also the reason why the devilish energy fluctuations of Lu Linshan in the third realm felt like such a great threat to Su Jingxing. From this, it could be inferred that the half-dragonman king was definitely a top existence among fifth realm devil kings, or even number one among those in the fifth realm. It would be extraordinarily difficult for Lu Linshan to take revenge and kill the son of the half-dragonman king. Even if it succeeded, it wouldn't be able to escape. However, this was Lu Linshan's business and had nothing to do with Su Jingxing. Su Jingxing basically believed its words. There was no benefit in fabricating such a matter. Besides, from the beginning to the end, Lu Linshan had never shown any malice or killing intent towards Su Jingxing. Let's not talk about this. Su Jingxing remained silent, and Lu Linshan changed the topic. You came here to search for the reverse scale, right? These devils have always wanted to obtain the reverse scale of the red dragon and achieve the body of a heavenly demon. Unfortunately, the reverse scale of the red dragon is not something they can withstand. Take the red WIRM for example. It's already dead, right? Lu Linshan chuckled. Yes. Su Jingxing nodded. The red WIRM is already dead. Are you talking about the reverse scale on the red dragon? Yes, it's the one you're thinking of, replied Lu Linshan. The reason why the red dragon lived here was to strip away the reverse scale on its body. After 100,000 years, it successfully did so. This reverse scale has also become a sacred item of the half-dragonmen. They slowly became stronger by absorbing the aura of the reverse scale. As long as it's a devil, they can absorb the aura of the reverse scale to strengthen their physique and transform into a heavenly demon body. But humans can't. Lu Linshan glanced at Su Jingxing and said seriously, on this point, I can swear on my mother that I'm not lying to you. The reverse scale of the red dragon does have a divine effect on humans, but while that effect strengthens one, it will also slowly turn them into half-dragonmen. Are you willing to become a half-dragonman in order to become stronger? Lu Linshan looked at Su Jingxing. The corners of the latter's lips twitched. Thank you for the information. Su Jingxing gave his thanks. Ha, looks like you still don't believe me. Lu Linshan smiled. Let's go, we'll go get the reverse scale before they send people over again. Sense carefully and you'll know if I'm lying. With that, he soared into the air and flew quickly in the direction Su Jingxing had come from. Seeing this, Su Jingxing followed suit. A human and a half-dragonman swiftly rushed back. Back at the huge pit where the red WIRM died. Lu Linshan stood in the air and swung its claws at the ground quickly. At the end, it suddenly retracted them. Swoosh! A ray of light jumped out from the red WIRM's corpse at the bottom of the pit and flew into the air, landing in Lu Linshan's hand. This is the reverse scale of the red dragon. Lu Linshan handed a translucent scale the size of a wash basin to Su Jingxing and chuckled. Hold it in your hand and try to sense and absorb it. Su Jingxing didn't stand on ceremony. He took the scale and released half of his attention to sense its aura. He immediately discovered a surge of scorching energy contained in the scale. Although this scale was very small and thin, the amount of energy it contained was even more than the entire copper lake. And this energy was filled with evil, bloodthirstiness, and violence. It repelled Su Jingxing greatly, and he wanted to throw it away immediately. However, at this moment, Su Jingxing's heart skipped a beat. He tried to draw a trace of energy and circulate vast ocean to absorb and refine it. To his surprise. Success. Vast ocean could absorb this violent and evil energy and convert it into spiritual essence cultivation, and it would not affect Su Jingxing at all. Su Jingxing was overjoyed. Glancing at Lu Linshan, he suddenly sped up the absorption and increased the amount being absorbed. A violent and evil energy aura instantly emerged from the reverse scale and was absorbed by Su Jingxing, turning into vast ocean spiritual essence. You! Lu Linshan was shocked and shouted in exasperation, are you crazy? Didn't you sense the viciousness of this energy? Its words trailed off as its wide scarlet eyes stared blankly at Su Jingxing. You're actually fine. Lu Linshan looked like it had seen a ghost, its face filled with disbelief. It could sense that after Su Jingxing absorbed the energy of the reverse scale, there was no leakage or change in his aura. This meant that Su Jingxing could easily restrain and suppress the negative effects after absorbing the energy of the red dragon's reverse scale. This was astonishing. In any case, this was the first time Lu Linshan was hearing and seeing this. I want this reverse scale. Lu Linshan was shocked. Su Jingxing began calmly, "It probably will affect you greatly if I take it, right? Why don't you leave this place with me?" "Yes, I can leave, but not with you." Lu Linchen took a deep breath and regained his composure. "You can take it, but I'll report to the higher-ups that you took it. If nothing goes wrong, I'll leave with my team to hunt you down outside." "And then?" asked Su Jingxing excitedly, instead of feeling any fear or aversion. "Then, I'll find an opportunity to get close to that beast." Lu Linchen gritted his teeth. There aren't many half-dragonmen in the third realm, and only 2 in the fourth realm. The one at the top is the half-dragonman king. In order to recover the reverse scale of the red dragon, all the half-dragonmen will be mobilized to hunt you down. But there are only a dozen or so candidates to be the leaders of the teams. I'm one of them, and that beast is also one of them. As long as the little beast leaves the half-dragonman king's side, I will find an opportunity to kill it. Good plan. Su Jingxing nodded and pondered before saying, "I can help you complete this plan." "Thank you." Lu Linchen bowed gratefully to Su Jingxing. Compared to the slow growth brought about by the red dragon's reverse scale, avenging its mother was Lu Linchen's lifelong pursuit. How could Lu Linchen not be grateful that Su Jingxing was willing to help? It had come clean previously with this intention as well. However, what he said earlier was a test. Now that Su Jingxing had agreed, it was a happy ending for everyone. The plan can be like this. After leaving the huge pit where the red dragon died in, Su Jingxing and Lu Linchen found a remote corner to discuss countermeasures and perfect their plan. Simply put, Su Jingxing would be the bait to attract the attention of the various hunting teams of the half-dragonmen and give Lu Linchen a chance to get close to the child of the half-dragonman king. As long as the other party was a distance away from the half-dragonman king, Lu Linchen could seize the opportunity to kill it, even if it meant perishing together with it. This was Lu Linchen's obsession and pursuit. Of course, in the plan, Su Jingxing, who would be chased by more than 10 teams of half-dragonmen, would naturally be in great danger. With the half-dragonman king personally taking action, once caught, Su Jingxing would have a pitifully slight chance to escape. But fortune comes with risk. This was because when Su Jingxing returned to the place where the red WIRM died with Lu Linchen, he took out the cards he had extracted from the dozen or so half-dragonman corpses. When he read the information, he realized that these cards were all black body cards. Those were only half-dragonmen between first realm and second realm, but their physical bodies were actually comparable to other devils in the third realm. Every one of them was so powerful that Su Jingxing extracted the black body card after their deaths. As for the black body cards, 10 of them could increase his spiritual martial body by 1 class. Even if the number of black body cards required continued to increase as his realm advanced, there was no need to worry. Every death of a half-dragonman would give 1 black body card. Hadn't it just perfectly resolved this problem? How could Su Jingxing miss out on such a great opportunity? Without Lu Linchen, it would have taken a lot of time for Su Jingxing to go deep into the half-dragonman den alone or search for half-dragonmen everywhere to hunt. The risk would also have been several times higher. Su Jingxing didn't fear half-dragonmen below the third realm. But it would be extremely difficult for Su Jingxing to deal with any half-dragonman in the third realm, fourth realm, or even the half-dragonman king. Take Lu Linchen for example. If Su Jingxing were to fight it, he would at most have a 50% chance of winning. This was the keen intuition of a powerful soul power, and its prediction of danger. Therefore, since Su Jingxing had to hunt and kill the half-dragonmen, it would be more convenient for him when they were lured out of the Red Dragon Cave abode. If he made a move in the Red Dragon Cave abode, Su Jingxing would be trapped here once passageway's duration was up. On the contrary, there were many benefits by going outside. For example, divert the trouble and let the half-dragonmen and the red dragon heavenly pigs fight to the death so that Su Jingxing could hide in the dark and extract cards. Cough cough. At this thought, Su Jingxing's breathing quickened. After ending his discussion with Lu Linchen, Su Jingxing immediately put away the red dragon's reverse scale and followed the direction he came from to find the entrance of the passageway. When entering, one had to accelerate to a certain extent to enter the door in the void. There was no need to go through so much trouble to get out. The Red Dragon cave abode was directly connected to the shore of the lake outside. Su Jingxing did not need to speed up and could just walk out. On the shore on the east side of Copper Lake, Su Jingxing walked out of the void. He was in no hurry to take action. He released his perception and discovered that there were many devils hiding around. There were beasts on the mountain and aquatic creatures in the lake. These devils had most likely locked onto the entrance because they were attracted by the giant flaming dragon. Moreover, the Red Wyrm and Su Jingxing had entered the void one after another and disappeared. Any devil with normal intelligence would understand that the location of the entrance was unusual. Unfortunately, they were not fast enough and could not find the entrance to the Red Dragon cave abode. They could only guard outside and wait for an opportunity. Now that Su Jingxing was out, this opportunity had finally come. Roar! Roar! Catch him! A series of shouts and roars suddenly sounded from the mountain and in the water. The calm atmosphere by the lake was instantly broken. Whoosh! 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 Swish! 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 One by one, the first and second realm devils of various sizes pounced at Su Jingxing as they shouted. Thick devilish energy instantly exploded in the air and swept out. Firmament, Nirvana palm. Boom! 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 The giant palm imprint that carried the power of destruction struck the shore of the lake 3 times in a row. Beneath the palm imprint, 3 massive pits with diameters of about 500 meters appeared in succession. At the bottom and edges of the pits, the devils were either in pieces or a pile of mush, mixed with mud and drowned by the lake water backing in. Around the pit, wherever the air waves swept, a large number of devils were sent flying, screaming from the impact. Card plus 233. With 3 palm strikes, 233 devils died. This was the result of Su Jingxing mobilizing 100 years of spiritual essence cultivation. Su Jingxing didn't have time to care about the injured and howling little devils outside. He directly soared into the air and left Copper Lake. In one breath, he covered hundreds of miles and found a remote mountain. Su Jingxing stopped in the dense crown of a tree and took out the cards he had extracted to read the information. Water Ward card, Wind Control card, Soul Separation card, Essence Origin card. From the more than 200 devils that were killed with 3 palm strikes, there were only 4 types of cards extracted. The Water Ward cards came from the aquatic devils. There were a total of 32 cards. As the name suggested, such cards allowed one to ward off water and ignore water pressure. They were not of much use to Su Jingxing and were dispensable. The Wind Control cards came from the avian devils. There were 7 cards. When unlocked, such cards could control light winds, strong winds, and astral winds to fly in the sky. They were not of much use to Su Jingxing either. Then there were the Soul Separation cards. 81 of them. This was not bad. It was a huge gain. A conservative estimate of the spirit gathering pills obtained from unlocking them was more than 100. The rest were all Essence Origin cards. The Essence Origin card was equivalent to a strengthened version of the Essence Energy card. After unlocking it, one could use it directly. It was useful to Su Jingxing, but very limited. The spiritual martial body was not only powerful in terms of essence energy, but also in all aspects such as bones, muscles, tendons, and so on, as well as the mysterious power from the void. Combining everything gave the spiritual martial arts factor. Every transformation was mainly due to the change in spiritual martial arts factor. For this reason, the Essence Origin card was useful, but not effective. After Su Jingxing took a look at these cards, he put them away as reserves. Then, he took out the cards he had extracted from the dead Red Wyrm. An equipment card. The fact that the fourth realm Red WIRM had forcefully placed the Red Dragon's reverse scale in its body, and died because it couldn't withstand the impact. Su Jingxing extracted a card for free, an equipment card that contained a Red WIRM pearl. The Red WIRM pearl contained the essence of the Red WIRM. It had the effect of allowing one to bathe in flames and not be incinerated, control flames and absorb them, and more. It also had the miraculous effect of strengthening the physical body, changing the physique, and transforming the body. Su Jingxing unlocked the card and obtained the fist-sized fiery red WIRM pearl. He sensed the surging special energy inside and tried to absorb it directly to be used on his body. As expected, it worked. The power of the red WIRM pearl could transform the physical body of a spiritual martial artist. This was a really big surprise. However, before that, Su Jingxing planned to use the black body card. He took out all 19 mystic body cards and used 9 of them first. Soon, Su Jingxing's spiritual martial arts realm rose from the 5th class to the 6th class. After getting used to it, Su Jingxing continued to unlock the black body cards. The remaining 10 black body cards were all unlocked. He absorbed the energy and triggered the transformation of his spiritual martial body. As expected, he was unable to complete the advancement from the 6th class to the 7th class. Su Jingxing sensed carefully. He still needed about 20 black body cards to advance to the 7th class of the Essence Opening Realm. At this moment, Su Jingxing brought the red WIRM pearl over and absorbed the energy inside. He continued to stimulate the transformation of his physical body with the power of the red WIRM pearl. Compared to the black body card, which could be absorbed directly once unlocked, the absorption of the red WIRM pearl required time. Su Jingxing took more than 2 hours to successfully advance his physical body to the 7th class of the Essence Opening Realm. With the absorption of the red WIRM pearl this time, he saved 20 black body cards. Now that his spiritual martial body had entered the 7th class of the Essence Opening Realm, it would require even more energy to advance further. Su Jingxing sensed for a while and learned that the power inside the red WIRM pearl had decreased by more than half. The remaining amount was no longer enough for the breakthrough of his spiritual martial body. Therefore, Su Jingxing put away the red WIRM pearl and carried it with him. The energy inside the red WIRM pearl could recover on its own. It drew on the pure fire energy in the air and accumulated bit by bit. Therefore, even if he absorbed all the energy from the red WIRM pearl, as long as he left it outside, he could absorb energy again after some time. Of course, the best places to place the red WIRM pearl were at the mouths of volcanoes, underground lava, and other places where flames were gathered. These places were rich in fire energy, and the red WIRM pearl could recharge itself even faster. Su Jingxing recalled the borders of the Yu Nation and the former New Chu Nation and realized that there were many active volcanoes in the area. He was greatly relieved. As for now, he had to escape first. The crisis coming from the direction of Copper Lake had arrived. The teams of half-dragonmen had already left the Red Dragon Cave abode. Lu Linshan had said that the half-dragonman had a powerful tracking ability. As long as a trace of one's aura was leaked out, it would be locked onto and the individual would be hunted from thousands of miles away. Su Jingxing had deliberately left behind his aura at the entrance of the Red Dragon Cave abode for them to chase him down. Therefore, after sensing danger, he swiftly left the mountain. Halfway though, he took off his alloy battle armor and took out the Red Dragon Heavenly Pig's half-devil card. He transformed into a muscular and handsome pig-headed man. Named, Zhu Wuning. After the transformation was completed, the aura on his body automatically changed from that of spiritual martial arts to dense devilish energy. Swoosh! Whoosh! 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 With a pig's head, a bare furry upper body, and only a beast skin skirt, Su Jingxing shuttled through the forest at high speed. Less than 10 minutes after he left. Swoosh! 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 Figures that were burly and exuded a powerful bloodthirsty aura descended from the sky and landed on the mountain. The individual in the lead was more than 4 meters tall. It had a hideous dragon head without horns. He just left. Continue chasing. No. The aura is different. It growled, its eyes shining with a fierce light. Its aura has disconnected. No, it has changed. It has indeed changed. It turned into devilish energy. How is this possible? Isn't he a human? How did he become a devil? We'll have to ask it then. As soon as the last half-dragonman finished speaking, all the half-dragonman's gazes landed on Lu Linshan. He was indeed human when I discovered him. Lu Linshan spoke calmly in the half-dragonman language. Everyone sensed the aura just now. It was undoubtedly a human's. We know that. Let's talk about something we don't know. A half-dragonman with half a human face and half a dragon face spoke in a muffled voice. When Lu Linshan heard this, he remained unhurried and said calmly, I don't know what you don't know either. As for the other party's aura changing, it's very simple. He's not a pure human. What do you mean? A half-dragonman was puzzled. ID*OT. He's not a pure person. He means that the fellow who stole the holy artifact is also a half-dragon, no, a half-devil like us. Half-devil? I called it. How could there be humans on the 7 luminaries planet? So it's a half-devil. Half-devils are fine, but what kind of half-devil is it? The aura is still there. We'll know when we catch up. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go. The group of half-dragonmen shouted and soared into the air again, flying quickly, following the aura left behind by Su Jingxing. Lu Linshan was at the very end. From time to time, he would glance at the leading half-dragonman. This half-dragonman without horns was the son of the half-dragonman king, his enemy who killed his mother. The other half-dragonmen were also very powerful, either in the 3rd realm or 4th realm. This time, there were only a dozen or so half-dragonmen chasing after Su Jingxing. The big company was still at Copper Lake. Even the half-dragonman king was waiting at Copper Lake. Although the son of the half-dragonman king was not by his father's side, with more than 10 people moving together, Lu Linshan could not make a move either. These half-dragonmen were either on the same level or stronger than him. If Lu Linshan were to attack the son of the half-dragonman king, he would immediately be besieged by the other half-dragonmen. It wasn't that Lu Linshan feared death. What he was afraid of was not being able to take revenge. If the first sneak attack failed, the second would be difficult. As such, even though his enemy was right in front of him, Lu Linshan endured the urge to strike. On the other side. With a pig's head, Su Jingxing flew quickly through the forest and ran towards the nearest red dragon heavenly pig stronghold. As one of the 8 major devil races of the 7 luminaries planet, the red dragon heaven pig naturally had its own headquarters. However, outside the headquarters, there were also strongholds of varying sizes, which were equivalent to branches of tribes. These tribes were scattered all over the 7 luminaries planet. When Su Jingxing was rushing to Copper Lake earlier, he happened to see a tribe of red dragon heavenly pigs from afar. This time, he was rushing back. His speed was neither fast nor slow, and he did not conceal his aura at all. Devilish energy spread out. Everywhere he passed, all devils who sensed the aura of the red dragon heavenly pig would retreat. Just like that, Su Jingxing arrived at the periphery of a valley without any obstructions. Instead of rushing in, he waited outside. Moments later, when he sensed that the danger behind him was approaching, he let out a pig-like cry and ran towards the valley in a sorry state, exposing himself in front of the valley guards. There, I see it. Chase, chase. Not good, it's the red dragon heavenly pig stronghold ahead. It's a red dragon heavenly pig half-devil. The dozen or so half-dragonmen who were also exposed shouted excitedly as they caught up. However, in less than 10 seconds of joy, they realized the situation in the valley and their expressions turned grim. At the same time, Su Jingxing let out a miserable howl and rushed into the valley. He, accidentally, fell to the ground and rolled around in a sorry state. "You are courting death. How dare you hunt our clansmen all the way here? Die! Quick, bring that brother in and inform the leader that an enemy is attacking." Beep! 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 A loud horn, accompanied by a series of angry snarls instantly sounded in the sky above the valley. Su Jingxing, who was in a miserable state, was supported by 2 of his peers to quickly enter the valley. Then, the entrance of the valley was sealed, and a natural restriction barrier was slowly formed. Bang! With a dull thud, the natural restriction was forcefully broken. The son of the half-dragonman king without dragon horns charged into the valley with an ugly expression and dashed towards Su Jingxing. The audacity! Buzz buzz buzz! Space trembled and ripples appeared. A burly and huge body flashed from the center of the valley and blocked the way in front of the half-dragonman king's son. A slap was harshly slammed down. The son of the half-dragonman king swung his claw in a backhand strike. Bang! Boom! A dull thud, coupled with a loud bang, reverberated through the mountain peak for a long time. The burly figure took half a step back. The son of the half-dragonman king took 3 steps back. A corporeal shockwave rippled outwards with the 2 of them as the center. Half-dragonman! How dare you come to the territory of the red dragon heavenly pig and injure our people? You're courting death, roared the burly figure with a pig's head, its eyes spitting fire. Move! The son of the half-dragonman king barked in a low voice, "I'm not interested in the red dragon heavenly pig. As long as you hand that fellow over, we'll leave immediately." It pointed at the panicked Su Jingxing, its gaze icy cold. Roar! Su Jingxing howled in pain, unable to speak. In reality, he didn't know how to speak. Through a secret spell, Su Jingxing could understand the devil's language, but he couldn't and wouldn't speak it. When he used the identity of the 8th young master's guard, he naturally did not fear the various devils. But not now. Once he spoke human language, he would be exposed immediately. The stronghold of this red dragon heavenly pig was a large tribe. There were about 50,000 to 60,000 red dragon heavenly pigs, led by one in the 4th realm. Su Jingxing had deliberately chosen this place and ran here because it was powerful. Even if the 4th realm red dragon heavenly pig could not defeat the son of the half-dragonman king, it could still put up some resistance. As a result, a battle between the red dragon heavenly pigs and the half-dragonman would be forced to start and they would fight it out with each other. Su Jingxing didn't care how many devils would die. On the contrary, the more deaths, the better. Given the intelligence of the red dragon heavenly pigs, they could fly into a rage with just a little provocation. As expected. Hearing Su Jingxing's miserable cries, the anger in the eyes of the 4th realm red dragon heavenly pig burned even more fiercely. "You think I'll hand it over just because you say so? If you want to capture it, you'll have to defeat me first." Boom! A huge amount of devilish energy surged into the sky and swept through the entire valley. The 4th realm red dragon heavenly pig roared angrily and charged at the son of the half-dragonman king. D***it. The son of the half-dragon king shouted in a low voice. It waved at Lu Linshan and the other half-dragonmen and ordered coldly, "Everyone, attack together and kill them all." Roar! Roar! The roars and snarls of beasts exploded in the valley at once. More than 10 3rd and 4th realm half-dragonmen rushed into the dense group of red dragon heavenly pigs. With a sprint, a large amount of minced flesh and blood bloomed. Card plus 42. Card plus 38. Extraction notifications flashed past. Su Jingxing's body blurred and kept flashing as he hid in a corner. Then, with a thought, he released his divine power, command the winds and fire. Hoo hoo. Hoo hoo hoo. Boom. Boom. Compared to last time, Su Jingxing, who had some experience now, quickly stirred up a strong wind. Accompanied by flames, it filled the sky and ground, covering the entire valley. At this moment, even more red dragon heavenly pigs died, and the battlefield was in chaos. The flames and winds that filled the sky whistled, sweeping up the sand and shuttling around, interfering with vision. Be it the son of the half-dragonman king or the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig, they had no choice but to stop and resist. Seizing the opportunity, Lu Linchen, who was pleasantly surprised by Su Jingxing's ability, held back its excitement and sneaked behind the son of the half-dragonman king like a ghost. Sensing that something was wrong, the son of the half-dragonman king suddenly turned around and frowned when it saw Lu Linchen. "Why are you?" Pelch. Blood spurted into the air. Lu Linchen's eyes were filled with icy killing intent. An arm penetrated through the chest of the half-dragonman king's son and tore apart its heart. "You." The eyes of the half-dragonman king's son widened in disbelief. Clearly, it had never thought that Lu Linchen would kill it. "You." Pelch. A strange sound sounded again. Lu Linchen ended its attack and retracted its arm. At the same time, it pushed the body of the half-dragonman towards the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig. Roar. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig growled and swiftly tore at the body of the half-dragonman king's son with its claws. This was an ordinary attack, even though it was very powerful. However, given the strength of the half-dragon king's son as a devil in the third realm, resisting it was no problem. The two devils had exchanged blows before. However, this time, with a slash, the body of the half-dragon king's son was torn into pieces. Its entire body turned into minced flesh that was scattered in the air with the rain of blood. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was immediately stunned. Was its claw that powerful? No. It was a fourth realm devil after all. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig snapped out of its daze in the next moment and realized that there was something wrong with the body of the half-dragonman king's son. But at that moment, Qi Ling. Lu Linchen roared angrily and cried out in grief and indignation, "Qi Ling is dead. Qi Ling has been killed." What? D****, Qi Ling has really been killed. Its aura has disappeared. B****, B****. All the red dragon heavenly pigs must die. The other third realm and fourth realm half-dragonmen who were scattered around did not see Lu Linchen kill the half-dragonman king's son. They only heard its roar. All of them immediately sensed for its aura and they discovered that the aura of the half-dragonman king's son was really withering, weakening, and dying. What did this mean? The son of the half-dragonman king named Qi Ling was dead. The half-dragonmen were all descendants of the red dragon, so everyone's surname was Qi One. The half-dragon king called himself the Red King. Its offspring, the son of the half-dragonman king, was called Qi Ling. Lu Linchen's name was actually Qi Shen. However, it gave itself a human name. Its surname was Lu, and it came from its mother's surname. Its mother was killed by Qi Ling, quite casually at that. However, Qi Ling never took it seriously, nor did it develop any killing intent towards Lu Linchen, wanting to eradicate the source of trouble. This was because the half-dragonmen basically hated their human mother, unlike Lu Linchen who was grateful to her. Lu Linchen was the anomaly among the half-dragonmen. However, it hid itself very well and was never exposed. When other half-dragonmen grew up, or even only half-grown, they would kill their mothers. Lu Linchen did not. It secretly took care of its mother until she was killed by Qi Ling. After its mother died, in order to pretend to be assimilated, it even destroyed its mother's corpse in front of Qi Ling. Therefore, Qi Ling had never doubted Lu Linchen. Perhaps at the moment of its death, it suddenly realized that Lu Linchen had been lying all this time. Unfortunately, it was too late. The timing of Lu Linchen's sneak attack was perfect. Wind, fire, sand, and rocks filled the sky, interfering with the vision of everyone. Lu Linchen acted quickly. After penetrating through Qi Ling's heart, it quickly pushed it towards the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig. As half-dragonmen, every one of them had extremely powerful vitality. Even if their hearts were broken, they wouldn't die immediately. Especially for third realm half-dragonmen, their hearts could be reconstructed. However, the strike added by the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig completely destroyed its hopes and killed it on the spot. Therefore, Lu Linchen perfectly framed the death of Qi Ling on the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig. At this moment, it shouted in grief and indignation, not giving the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig a chance to explain. Gathering the other half-dragonmen in the third and fourth realms, they crazily pounced on the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig. Naturally, the fourth realm Red Spirit Heavenly Pig would not sit still and wait for death. It called for the other Red Spirit Heavenly Pigs to help defend. The two groups fought fiercely. Card plus 123. Card plus 57. Su Jingxing, who was among the group of Red Spirit Heavenly Pigs, changed his body from time to time and extracted cards. He did not see Lu Linchen's sneak attack on the half-dragonman King's son, but he heard Lu Linchen's roar and the cries of the other half-dragonmen. Immediately, he realized that Lu Linchen's plan had succeeded and it had killed the half-dragonman King's son. It was a little unexpected that it took its revenge so quickly. In Su Jingxing and Lu Linchen's plan, they would have to lead the half-dragonman's hunting team around for at least 3 to 5 days before they would succeed. He did not expect it to be settled so quickly. This was too fast, and not a good thing. Su Jingxing's goal was to have the half-dragonmen and the red dragon heavenly pigs fight it out. It would be best if both races were wiped out. Now, not many of the lesser demons in the first realm had died, but the son of the half-dragonman king had. With the death of this half-dragonman, wouldn't the half-dragonman king go crazy? Once it went crazy, things would be disadvantageous for Su Jingxing. With the half-dragonman king making a move, the red dragon heavenly pig king would most likely be forced to make a move as well. It would be good if the two fifth realm devil kings perished together. However, according to the information Su Jingxing obtained from Nian Linger, in battles between fifth realm devil kings, they rarely perished together, or died. After all, the one who killed the son of the half-dragonman king was not the red dragon heavenly pig king. Given the devil's personalities, the red dragon heaven pig king would intercept the half-dragonman king, but not fight to the death with it. At the end of the battle between the two fifth realm devil kings, the red dragon heavenly pig king would definitely hand over the murderer for the half-dragonman king to kill and vent its anger. Therefore, the probability of Su Jingxing extracting a card from a fifth realm devil king was very, very low. He wouldn't extract any cards from fifth realm devil king cards, nor could he extract as many cards from the half-dragonman. Su Jingxing's final gains could be imagined. If. How exactly did you provoke the half-dragonman? Suddenly, an enraged voice sounded in his mind. Startled, Su Jingxing was slightly stunned before he quickly calmed himself down. Mental voice transmission. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig that was fighting Lu Linchen and the other half-dragonman actually had the time to send a mental message to Su Jingxing. However, Su Jingxing could understand its feelings. All of a sudden, half-dragonmen came knocking on the door. Without saying much, they started throwing blows and killed a large number of red dragon heavenly pigs. In the next moment, a half-dragonman strangely rushed in front of it and was casually killed. Then, all the half-dragonmen attacked crazily. The intelligence of a fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was not something that other pigs could compare to. Although it couldn't compare to the Heart Moon foxes, it quickly reacted and started investigating from the source. And the source of all this was Su Jingxing. At this moment, he had turned into a red dragon heavenly pig half-devil. The sacred item. Su Jingxing, who had guessed the reason within a few moments, also sent a mental voice transmission and replied, "I've obtained the sacred item of the half-dragonman. This sacred item is the treasure that can allow our race to achieve the body of a heavenly demon." Good, good, good. When the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig heard this, it did not think too much and laughed excitedly. Good, wonderful. You did great. As soon as it finished speaking, Su Jingxing felt an invisible force wrap around him and move him out of the chaotic battlefield to an underground secret chamber. Spatial teleportation. It was something similar to spatial teleportation. Su Jingxing's environment was immediately changed and he left the battlefield. Stay here. I'll inform the king now. It'll be here soon. Su Jingxing's expression changed when he heard the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig's voice in his mind. He released his perception to sense the peripheries of the secret chamber. In the end, he sensed a strange force wrapping around the entire secret underground chamber. Unable to leave, Su Jingxing reached out and touched the wall. Buzz! A circle of light rose, and a light barrier appeared on the entire wall. Swish! 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 His body shifted and he touched other walls. And it turned out. Buzz buzz buzz! All the walls, including the dome and the ground, were covered by the light barrier. Not only could he not leave, no one could not enter either. It was equivalent to Su Jingxing being trapped in an underground secret chamber. What to do? Su Jingxing was dumbfounded. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was kind enough to move him here to avoid being captured and killed by the crazy half-dragonman. But this wasn't what Su Jingxing wanted. He was already prepared to evacuate. He didn't expect to be suddenly trapped in an underground secret chamber. He strengthened his hearing and sensed his surroundings. He could still hear the roars, snarls, and miserable cries of the half-dragonmen and the red dragon heavenly pigs. This meant that this secret underground chamber was still in the valley. If he could leave the secret chamber before the red dragon heavenly boar king arrived, he would still have a chance to escape. But the problem was, how could he get out? The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig used a method similar to spatial teleportation. Unless Su Jingxing used the same method. Wait. Suddenly, Su Jingxing remembered that he had a similar ability. The teleportation card. After unlocking it, he would directly teleport. Even though the furthest distance he could travel was only 100 meters away, it was enough to leave this secret chamber. However, before leaving, he had to change his appearance. He had to change his red dragon heavenly pig half-devil aura. It was not suitable to turn back into a human spiritual martial artist. The people outside were either half-dragonmen or red dragon heavenly pigs. At this moment, the devilish energy in the valley was the most chaotic. If he wanted to fish in troubled waters, it was best to be wrapped in devilish energy. So. Swoosh! Su Jingxing took out another half-devil card. A half-devil of the flaming tiger race. Swish! The card was unlocked and a ray of light covered Su Jingxing. In the next moment, Su Jingxing's figure changed without any feeling. He became taller, more than 3 meters tall, and the muscles on his limbs expanded like they were inflated. His palms turned into sharp claws. His entire head turned into a ferocious tiger's head. Roar! With a low roar, he sensed the fluctuations of devilish energy on his body and confirmed that it was different from that of the red dragon heavenly pig. Su Jingxing immediately took out the teleportation card and unlocked it. Buzz! The space shook, producing a force that enveloped Su Jingxing's entire body. Then. Swish! Su Jingxing was wrapped in a mysterious force and disappeared into the void, disappearing from the secret underground chamber. In the next moment, he appeared among a group of red dragon heavenly pigs that were huddled together. Not far away, a third realm half-dragonman was snarling madly. Everywhere its body passed, a storm of blood erupted. The red dragon heavenly pigs in first and second realm were no match for it at all and were easily slaughtered. Su Jingxing's sudden appearance as a flaming tiger half-devil did not cause a commotion. Only the few red dragon heavenly pigs beside him were stunned. However, before they could scream, Su Jingxing quickly killed them and extracted cards. Then, with a flash, he shuttled through the group of red dragon heavenly pigs and rushed towards the forest on the right side of the valley. Su Jingxing was fast enough. The fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was still unaware that he had already left the secret underground chamber. If he was discovered, leaving the valley would be difficult. From afar, he glanced at the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig. The latter was being surrounded and attacked by 4 half-dragonmen. As the leader, the strength of the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was incomparably powerful in the past. However, now that it was besieged by 4 third realm and fourth realm half-dragonmen, it was quickly defeated. At this moment, the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig was covered in hideous wounds. Its flesh was badly mangled and blood kept splattering. How could it be in the mood to care about Su Jingxing? Su Jingxing naturally seized the opportunity and quickly left the valley. He charged into the forest and rushed out of the valley. Boom! Boom! 2 loud bangs suddenly sounded in the sky above the valley. These 2 loud bangs sounded almost at the same time, echoing through the sky and ground. Accompanying them, 2 terrifying suppressions descended on the valley like the sky had collapsed. Buzz! Buzz! Space groaned from the pressure. Materialized energy covered every corner of the valley with the shockwaves. Everywhere it passed, be it the half-dragonmen or the red dragon heavenly pigs, they were all sprawled on the ground, unable to move. Su Jingxing also endured frightening pressure from behind. However, he had a spiritual martial body and had already left the valley. He did not feel much pressure and quickly endured it. However, to cooperate, he did not move either. He looked up at the sky above the valley and saw 2 huge figures squeezing the air until ripples appeared. Above the entrance of the valley stood a burly devil with a dragon head dressed in beast skin. It was more than 5 meters tall. Half of the terrifying pressure came from it. This half-dragonman king rushed to the valley at the fastest speed. Its scarlet eyes swept across the entire place before finally locking onto Qi Ling's broken physical body. Instantly, a fearsome aura rose continuously. Who did this? It enunciated every word, its aura surging. Get lost. Behind the valley, in the sky, stood a stout figure. It was also more than 5 meters tall and had the head of a ferocious pig. The red dragon heavenly pig spoke coldly. Get out of here. 5th realm devil kings. The 2 devil kings, the half-dragonman king and the red dragon heavenly pig king, arrived one after another. Su Jingxing's battle had attracted the attention of the bosses behind the scenes so quickly. For a moment, Su Jingxing didn't know what to say. As expected of 5th realm devil kings. They were indeed fast. How many minutes had it been since Su Jingxing revealed the truth, and the death of the son of the half-dragonman king? The red dragon heavenly pig king and the half-dragonman king had arrived. The strength and methods of a 5th realm devil king were indeed astonishing. However, were the 2 devil kings really going to fight? Su Jingxing controlled the leak of the devilish energy and looked at the 2 devil kings in the air, waiting quietly. Who killed it? In the air, the half-dragonman king ignored the red dragon heavenly pig king and continued to speak word by word, its scarlet eyes sweeping across the crowd. It killed it. Enduring the pain from its wounds and the terrifying pressure, Lu Linshan pointed at the 4th realm red dragon heavenly pig and growled, Your Majesty, I saw everything. It killed Qi Ling. It wasn't me. The 4th realm red dragon heavenly pig growled, there was something strange about that half-dragonman. It. Boom. The air exploded. A beam of light suddenly tore through the air and arrived in front of the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig. Pelch! A strange sound sounded, accompanied by blood splattering in the air. Before the fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig could even let out a scream, its entire body had turned into countless pieces of minced flesh. It was deader than dead. Card +1. Su Jingxing extracted a card. Far away on Earth Star, Su Jingxing's essence soul took out this card from its soul space and held it in its hand to read the information. Teleportation card. Just as he used the teleportation card, he unexpectedly obtained another one. Moreover, the distance allowed in this teleportation card was much further than the first one. 100 kilometers. Instant teleportation of 100 kilometers. As expected of a fourth realm red dragon heavenly pig. Putting the card back into his soul space, Su Jingxing was overjoyed and continued to watch the show. Half-Dragonman, you're courting death. As expected, the red dragon heavenly pig king in the air was furious. With a snarl, it disappeared from where it stood. When it reappeared, its wide palm struck the half-dragonman king. Bang! The half-dragonman king was sent flying, but it did not vomit blood or break any bones. It just could not control its momentum and direction. In terms of physical strength, the half-dragonman king was much stronger than the red dragon heavenly pig king. In one breath, it was sent flying for tens of thousands of meters. The half-dragonman king, who had stabilized his body, let out a low roar. Devilish energy soared from its body, and a crimson glow tore through space as it faced the red dragon heavenly pig king who had teleported again. Boom! With a shocking bang, space shattered like glass. Fortunately, it was quickly repaired. However, the red dragon heavenly pig king was injured. A dent in its chest almost penetrated it. Roar! An angry roar instantly resounded through the sky and ground, echoing for tens of thousands of miles. What are you waiting for? The red dragon heavenly pig king shouted angrily. Its body wrapped in devilish energy disappeared into the void and charged at the half-dragonman king again. Ha ha ha. A loud laugh sounded under the bright sun. In Su Jingxing's vision, a burly man with a tiger head walked out of the air and attacked the back of the half-dragonman king. The flaming tiger king. Su Jingxing raised his eyebrows, a little surprised by the flaming tiger king's appearance. The red dragon heavenly pig king had actually invited the flame tiger king to help deal with the half-dragonman king. In a one-on-one match, the red dragon heavenly pig king was no match for the half-dragonman king. But with the flaming tiger king, the situation would be balanced. That's right, the red dragon heavenly king and the flaming tiger king together still could not suppress the half-dragonman king. They would only be evenly matched. In the distant sky, loud bangs sounded like thunderclaps. They continuously tore through space, and the aftermath poured onto the ground, shattering mountains. The half-dragonman king was not at a disadvantage against two devils. The red dragon heavenly pig king and the flaming tiger king were not weak either. They launched a joint attack from the front and back. The surging devilish energy wreaked havoc in the sky and ground, spreading for tens of thousands of miles. There's nothing more to gain. Su Jingxing watched for a while before looking away and continuing to retreat. At this rate, neither the half-dragonman king, the red dragon heavenly pig king, or the flaming tiger king would die. Since they won't, Su Jingxing would not extract any cards. If he couldn't extract cards from the fifth realm devil kings, he could at least extract the other first realm and second realm half-dragonmen, right? Su Jingxing instantly thought of those half-dragonmen. After these half-dragonmen were killed, he could extract the black body card from every one of them. Of course, it was not a given that every card would be the black body card. However, even if the black body card was extracted from only half, no, a tenth, Su Jingxing would still have made a killing. Therefore, he had to find those half-dragonmen in the first realm and second realm. After leaving the periphery of the valley, Su Jingxing quickly circulated the 6 comets records and divined the location of most half-dragonmen. Soon, he received feedback. Those half-dragonmen were still at Copper Lake. Immediately, Su Jingxing rushed back to Copper Lake with his tiger head. Halfway through, a droplet-shaped aircraft suddenly appeared on his right. Swish! 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 The aircraft, which had a transparent upper half, opened its hood, and 3 human men in alloy battle armor appeared. Found you, you're actually impersonating. You're not a human. The leader was a middle-aged man with a short beard. He spoke the human language and frowned when he saw Su Jingxing's half-devil appearance. That's right, the result of the deduction is him. But he's a devil, and a flaming tiger at that. What's going on? The other 2 young men also sized up Su Jingxing, puzzled. There was a mistake in the deduction. The middle-aged man's eyes flashed. Su Jingxing kept quiet. He merely glanced at the 3 of them and continued flying. These 3 people were most likely sent by the 8th young master to settle scores with him. In the end, Su Jingxing happened to have turned into a half-devil and managed to deceive everyone. They were left dumbfounded. Hee. Su Jingxing thought to himself, but his expression remained unchanged as he continued on his way. But after a while, he raised his eyebrows and growled, "You don't give up, do you?" Within his perception range, the droplet-shaped aircraft followed behind him unhurriedly. Clearly, these 3 subordinates of the 8th young master had not given up. They wanted to follow him and find out more about the situation. Su Jingxing's eyes flashed as he decided to kill. He was going to the Copper Lake to kill a group of half-dragonmen and harvest a large number of function cards before the half-dragonman king returned. I'm not bringing 3 tails on a trip. So. Boom. 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 Without any warning, Su Jingxing stopped and turned around to execute the firmament nirvana palm. He mobilized 500 years of vast ocean spiritual essence cultivation. Every palm strike contained 500 years of cultivation, and every palm strike struck the aircraft. The translucent giant palm imprint shattered space. With 3 palm strikes, the aircraft exploded into pieces with a loud bang.